We feel that a woman's place is anywhere she wishes to be. While the fight for a future where everyone has equal rights is progressing, going alone remains a rebellious act. It's not difficult to identify countries with high rates of violence against women, which might be intimidating for female visitors. We long for the day when women will no longer need to seek out recommendations for safe places to visit when traveling alone. While this isn't always the case, I believe some nations are safer for female tourists than others. As a result, I've compiled a list of the top safe destinations where solo female travel can be an unforgettable experience. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest notifications from our channel. Now let's get going. Number 6. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is rated highly as a wonderful destination for solo female travelers. Everyone speaks English, which makes most things easier for travelers, and the infrastructure is excellent, with train service throughout the country and inexpensive low-cost flights. London contributes to the United Kingdom's high ranking on the list of the finest countries for a woman's first solo vacation. The city is one of the most visited in the world, and it's a terrific place to start if you're new to solo travel. It offers enough to keep you occupied for days, is astonishingly easy to navigate, and caters to a wide range of interests. It's also quite cosmopolitan, with the English being known for their friendliness. It's easy to meet people in London because there are so many tourists, and the city is so multicultural. Simply walk into a pub and get a drink, and you'll strike up a discussion with someone. While London and other regions of the UK are not the safest in Europe, the country remains one of the most popular due to its ease of navigation. Number 5. Italy. Italy is a popular destination for everybody, and lone female tourists consider it to be one of the greatest destinations. It offers fantastic food, numerous UNESCO sites, and a rich cultural legacy. No matter what you enjoy doing on vacation, Italy can accommodate you. The land is rich in amazing sights that will capture anyone's imagination, but especially women. Italy has risen to the top of the list for solo female travelers, thanks to books like Eat, Pray, Love, and the recent discovery on Instagram of iconic destinations like Cinque Terre that have become tourist case studies. It's romantic and has a je ne sais quoi that attracts women from all over the world. It's easy to go around by car or rail and can occupy days with exploration. However, not everyone agrees that Italy is secure for solitary female travelers, and some areas are safer than others. Tourist hotspots like Rome, Venice, Florence, and Milan are generally safe options, and while theft does occur occasionally, the tourism industry is very efficient. Number 4. Japan. For lone female travelers, Japan is one of the most mystical, mythological, and fascinating places. It's a remarkably safe country with virtually no crime, which makes it a particularly enticing place for ladies traveling alone. Outside of the two major towns of Tokyo and Kyoto, the nation is diverse and relatively unexplored. Mountains, archipelagos, delectable cuisine, a rich history, and unique cultural features all entice the most intrepid travelers. Women can walk down the street without fear of being harassed, robbed, or scammed. Despite the language barrier, Japanese people are friendly and courteous, and tourists are always welcomed. On the other hand, Japan is one of the costliest nations to visit and move around. And while it's well connected, the Tokyo subway system is notorious for being a maze where visitors get lost. Because of these factors, as well as the guaranteed cultural shock that almost every visitor encounters, it's a highly recommended destination for solo travelers. But it's also more difficult than the other destinations on this list. Number 3. Singapore. Singapore, along with Japan, is one of the world's most costly countries, but it's also one of the safest. In Singapore, crime is non-existent, and it routinely performs well on gender equality indices. Singapore is one of the greatest places for women to go on a solo trip. It's small, easy to navigate, has excellent infrastructure, excellent public transit, and much to do. Singapore is an excellent place to start your travels in Asia because it's quite multicultural. Spend some time in Little India or Chinatown to get a feel for the cultures of those countries. You can go visit one of the tropical forests or enjoy the beaches or the various man-made architectural wonders. The reason it isn't as highly recommended as the other options on this list is that Singapore is quite small and is never a vacation destination. Singapore is small, and it's never a travel destination in and of itself, but rather a stopover on a longer tour around Asia, which is why it's not as highly recommended as other selections on this list. It's also a far less well-known country than the previous ones. Number 2. The Nordic countries. We could divide Sweden, Iceland, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. But the truth is that they all have certain characteristics that make them ideal destinations for lone female travelers and come highly recommended. The Nordic countries of Europe all rank first in terms of gender equality, female rights, and minority rights. Iceland ranks first in terms of gender equality, followed by Norway, Finland, and Sweden, which also rank first in terms of LGBTQ+ rights. They are also all very developed and fair societies with a high level of living and welfare that is universally available and cherished. The Nordic countries all have extremely high levels of safety and crime, as well as a low danger of fraud or harassment, making them ideal destinations for women traveling alone. On the other hand, unlike their southern European neighbors Italy and Spain, the Nordic nations are all quite expensive, making them less recommended for a first vacation because they are not easily accessible to everyone. They also have a very long, dark, and harsh winters due to their physical location, and are culturally reserved and silent, and are not viewed as hospitable as the other countries on this list. If safety is a worry, you have a lot to explore with low to no risk throughout these 5 countries. Not to mention that some, like Iceland, have become true bucket list destinations for many. If money isn't a barrier, the Nordic countries provide excellent solo travel locations for women. Europeans can take a cheap trip to the main cities for the weekend and begin solo traveling with the peace of mind that comes with safety. Number 1. New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most sought-after travel destinations, and it has been on many people's bucket list for years since The Lord of the Rings brought attention to its vast and stunning landscapes. Its distant and difficult-to-reach setting has long been a fantasy destination for many people. New Zealand is a terrific place for first-time solo female travelers since it's very safe, equal and respectful of women, has a solid infrastructure and pleasant locals, all of which are qualities that all women traveling alone value in a destination. It's however expensive to travel to and around, with road trips being the most popular mode of exploration, and you will need significant cash to go. Because of this and because of its geographic position, New Zealand is not a good choice for a very first solo vacation because it needs a lot of planning, driving alone, and a broader set of skill set than other nations on this list. But moderately experienced tourists are guaranteed a truly wonderful experience. This brings our video to an end. We hope you found it helpful and informative. Do share your experiences visiting the countries mentioned on today's list. If so, please leave a like and subscribe to Explopedia. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.